See what it looks like. Now it looks normal. That's really fucking weird, man.
Biggity bam.
I mean, it's definitely this mic that's fucking,
It's starting to fail. Its eyesight is going bad. It's starting to fail, so we're gonna have to take it out behind the Radio Shack and put a shotgun mic between its eyes.
Wow. Dude,
so
double D warrior lady.
Mm.
If I were 12, I'd jerk off to this card. Dude, she's banging, dude. When this card with your opponent's monster, when this card battles with your opponent's monster, after damage calculation, you can remove this card from play, take it to your room, and lock the door. Sweet.
Yep.
All right.
Welcome to the good, the bad, and the bloody. I'm Derek Brown.
I'm Cody Bowden.
And what does that make you, stranger who keeps screaming?
In pain, that's what it makes me.
Oh, okay.
Dummy.
Well, I didn't take a doctorate degree.
So we have our special guest, Cody Bowden, with us.
Yes.
I'm Jesse Burns.
You have bones in your water?
No.
What? No, that's so much.
Not that I know of. Unless you were talking about my well water, then yes.
That's really funny. That reminds me of, like, one time I woke up on a better day. Because I'm super tired, man. I get all grumpy.
Very grumpy.
Yeah, and she tried to wake me up. And I said, man, I could go for some breakfast. You know what I really want? She's like, what? And I was like, ribs, and I started attacking her. It's pretty funny.
And then you wanted thighs.
Yep. Oh. And then next thing you know, I want dead eggs.
Is that even on the menu?
She's 17, dude.
Yeah, you
She's
know what
17.
I mean.
All right. Well, anyway.
We went and saw Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse.
Yes.
And that's all.
That's all I have to say about it.
There's no introduction to that.
No. It's a cute movie. That's a cute movie. It's weird. It's small budget. It's small budget.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Big enough to have Blake from Workaholics in it.
I don't really think that's a big thing. I think he did it for free.
I bet you. Just to
Try
be
to
like...
break into the movie business.
Yeah.
I would do it. He just played a good character.
Who was he?
Have you ever seen Workaholics?
No.
Oh, so, well, the movie opens up with...
who was he in this movie?
He's the janitor.
Oh.
Yeah, the movie opens
That's
up
my
with...
favorite character.
Exactly, yeah. The movie opens up with the janitor dancing to Black Widow. Whatever the fuck. I don't know who sings it.
Iggy Azalea.
Oh,
okay.
And
Okay.
Ariana Grande.
So Ziggy Azalea's and Burrito Grande are singing
Alright.
fucking some songs. And he's dancing around. It's fucking great. That's a great way to start the movie, honestly.
We'll start off this kind of movie. That's how you instantly know what kind of movie you're going to deal with.
Horror comedy.
Is the Workaholics guy is doing Iggy.
But when he was introduced to the first zombie, like... Jesse was so grossed out because when he was
That was so
because he was dead,
gross.
but he was a zombie, but he didn't know, so he was trying to give him CPR, and his hand just burst through his chest cavity like in the Thing.
That's what I was just
His hands
telling
are, like,
her
stuck.
while you were out getting your laptop.
Yeah, except nothing like grabbed onto his hands.
Yeah.
It's gross.
Oh boy.
I hear that when they did that thing, when they filmed that part in the Thing, they didn't tell him that it was going to do.
Oh
that.
God.
Holy shit.
Did you know that?
Well, then I guess those screams were pretty real.
Most of them are real.
You were screaming.
Yeah.
That would freak me the fuck out.
No, I mean in this different movie, not
Ow.
in this one.
Wait, what? Now I'm confused.
The movie The Thing.
Ow.
They had a part just like that, where like his chest collapsed and like a thing grabbed onto him.
Yeah, like his chest opened up and there were teeth.
Ew.
And it just clamped his arms.
Yeah, they didn't tell him.
So it was just like, ah! That's one of my favorite parts of the movie, because even though I knew it was going to happen, like, it still made me go, oh my god.
I thought for a second it was going to be fine. And maybe like he's like, oh, and he fixes it and then walks away, and then shit happens. He's getting thrown around in the laboratory. It's so funny. Like,
That
just
whole
watch.
scene is just hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Because then you have the doctor outside in the hallway trying to get something out of the vending machine.
Get some fuegos.
Some Takis.
Oh, yeah, fuego Takis.
And his dollar doesn't go in. And then it's stuck.
Yeah, the dollar won't go in. and then the thing won't fall, and then his arm gets stuck.
You know what I thought was cool about that when he's trying to put the dollar in? Like, I was like, you're putting it the wrong way, because I noticed it was like backwards.
Yeah.
But then later he tries it the other way and it still rejects it.
Yeah.
Just that little detail, I was like, oh, cool.
That's what I thought too. I was like, this guy's not so smart.
Yeah. But I was like, oh, okay. You know, they fixed it though, which is nice.
Well, after that, zombie apocalypse.
What was
It starts in a very mediocre way.
zombies don't
It's all it's zombie dogs, Resident Evil style.
Where's your regular dog?
Oh,
Oh,
here's
yeah.
the normal dog.
I gotta give a credit to this movie. They have zombie animals.
Oh yeah, the deer.
That's pretty badass.
With
Dude,
its guts
and the
falling out
cats.
everywhere.
yeah,
And there's
zombie
the
cats.
cats.
Fucking... Dude, if a zombie bite can infect you and there's zombie cats, you're fucked, man. Those little fuckers will bite you everywhere.
Yeah.
Dude, but a zombie deer, you're fucked. Like, aggressive... A deer
Just,
that's aggressive to
oh,
humans.
deer.
Like, defaultly, that's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Most people die... A lot of people die from deer. Dude, deer kill a lot of people. And they kill so many people compared to... I don't know. I'm
Compared to sharks.
Oh, compared to sharks, yeah. That's all I compare it to. But let me look it up. Anyway, you keep going with what you're saying. I'll look this up real quick.
The movie focuses on 3 scouts, which I only remember the fat one, Augie.
Well, there's also Ben is the main
Okay.
kid. And then,
Then the other one, the douchey one.
Yeah, douche scout.
holy shit, that's some fucking loud shit. Tango's having a good time out there, though.
That's all that matters.
And I think his name was, gosh, it was a douchey name. It was like...
Zach?
No, that's not a douchey name. Douchey names are like Blake, or like...
Chad.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Chad, or like, Chrysanthropus. Anyway.
What?
Wow, that's a real douchey name.
Oh, you haven't probably seen that Louis C.K. stand-up.
No.
But anyway,
But Augie, Ben, and blah blah blah.
and douchebag who loves titties.
Yep.
That's all I can talk about.
Zombie.
Are all in the scouts, because of course, why else would they call this movie that? Ben and the other guy really want out of scouts, but they're afraid they're gonna hurt Augie's poor feelings.
Well, only because his dad died.
Yeah, and they feel like they're obligated to stay in. They get stuck out in the middle of the woods after they hit a deer and they get a flat tire, which, that car, I gotta get me one of those, because that thing took that deer hit like
yeah.
a champ.
Yeah, all I had was like a messed up wheel. How did it get a flat tire?
I had no idea.
But here's the thing. I'm thinking that deer was like fucking pussy deer.
Probably.
Because a guy fought it off with them, think about a buck knife later
Well, it stabbed
on.
him in the eye.
That was pretty
And so
good.
that went straight into the brain, causing it to...
I don't know. It depends. Some animals, especially if it's just in the frontal lobe, they might just have spasms. They might still be completely alive.
Animals don't need
Well,
frontal
it was
lobes
a zombie deer, and all you have to do to kill a zombie is
Poke it in the eye, apparently.
in the head.
to hit it in the brain.
Still, I just thought it was kind of weird, but you're right. I mean, fucking car's invincible, man. In fact, I don't even think there's anything wrong with it besides like the right bumper is kind of like falling off, and there's like a small crack on the left corner of the windshield. That's like it. And I guess their tire popped somehow. I don't know how. My guess is when they ran over the deer. No, it flew over the car, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they hit and it flew over the car.
Maybe there's so much weight on one side that it popped. I don't fucking know. That makes no sense.
No idea, but all I'm saying is I hope movies aren't bullshit, because that's going to be my next car.
Seriously, I don't know what it is. They tried really good to bring brands out of it. You know, this is a brandless kind of movie. What kind of beer were they walking out with? I don't even know.
Coors Light?
I guess
It was white.
It was like, it looked like, honestly, like Idaho, like IPA.
It did.
It looked like sockeye salmon.
No, sockeye is red.
Red.
Fuck me.
And you know what it tastes like?
Shit, it tastes like nickels and dimes.
Exactly.
Because that's how much it should cost. Oh, holy fuck, boys. Okay. So, I don't know.
Be careful, Cody. Your bubbles is showing.
Just a little bit. I didn't really go all the way, thank God. But, yeah.
He doesn't want to run home.
Yeah, all the time. I'm just, it's actually kind of funny. Yeah, like, Jesse will be doing anything, really, and I'm just like, well, you know, we gotta fucking put the dishes in the laundry, and it doesn't make any fucking sense. Holy fuck!
That's what Lily does.
It's pretty great.
That's awesome.
I love
In
it.
his words, it's pretty great.
It's pretty great. She hates that.
Butthole.
Bottle. Anyway.
They could have talked like this in the movie and I wouldn't have been too disarmed.
Yeah, except they're not really Beavis and Butthead, honestly. You know what I was really hoping for? there would be more scouts kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Now that sounds weird because it's like, well, that's the movie, but I want to see more like shit. I don't know, just like
straight faced like. It says in the handbook to handle zombies.
Oh yeah. Or something like that. Like, what do you do in a dangerous situation? Flip around. They did do that once, kind of like that, where it says, remember the handbook? It says to be as aggressive as a creature. Or something.
Yeah.
That was kind of weird. Like, what was happening there?
Britney Spears.
Not making that up. They start singing Britney Spears with the zombie.
That was pretty weird. They never explain that. They're kind of assuming the zombies are partially sentient. But...
Oh, I was going to say, because it has the Britney Spears shirt on, is why.
Yeah,
but
that's why they started.
But how did
They're all partially sentient in this movie. Like, why else would that one stripper zombie, like, still do the big dance?
But that's what's freaky about them. Like,
that's what I was thinking, is when I saw it, I was like, oh, they must be smart enough to, like, still try and, like, act like their normal selves to try and attack their victim.
Yeah, but that means, like, when they kill these zombies, are they killing people that could be cured? How far gone is this disease?
That's a question you could ask with any zombie movie.
Yeah.
There was only one zombie I saw which had, like, a fucked up arm. Like, almost entirely bony.
Yeah. In this movie?
The little grandma on the scooter.
Oh, yeah. That was so funny. There's a grandma zombie on a rascal.
And then there was also... it was, like, the big fat guy that they shot outside of the strip club. And then he falls down, and they're like, "Oh my god!" He gets back up, and he's got the big old hole in his chest. And they're like, "Oh, that's definitely a zombie."
His spine's like falling out of his back.
The one that crawls.
Yeah.
Why did they freak out with that zombie? I don't get it. They were like, "Oh my god!" Like, now you're saying, "Oh my god"? Maybe because he was slightly faster.
I think it was because he was still moving. Like at that point, they'd only been shooting them in the head, so they're like, "Oh, if you just shoot him, it's all good." But then they shot him
before
in
that, they shot the guy in the chest and then the head. They double tapped the guy before the donut fell off the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that? It was as soon as they got out of the strip club for the first time.
Well, anyway, Ben and this other guy, like, as they're fixing up the car, get invited to a party. So then that's when they decide they're gonna ditch Augie.
Yeah, in the very beginning, when they get hit by a deer.
Which gets them on this big old thing. This big old hullabaloo.
That was a really funny part, too. It was like, where is this? It's a fucking municipal dump.
Yeah.
Or something. It's like the waste treatment plant. I was like, you get it? It's shit. It was all bullshit.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, pretty much the whole point of this movie is kids realizing that what they should have been paying attention to was their best friend instead of actually trying to just be popular and hang out with the cool kids.
Who cares what people think about your interests?
Yeah, that's basically the whole movie. You can predict a lot of what's going to happen by
You can
knowing
predict
that.
everything in this movie, pretty much.
That's true.
To an extent.
Yeah.
Except, I thought the stripper at the end was going to be the one that the dude actually goes
I
to.
thought she was going to say...
That's true. I thought
she was going to say, like, go to her, and then he goes up to her and then just says...
I hope you're okay.
Yeah, and then it goes back to the stripper.
Yeah.
She's not a stripper,
She's
though.
a cocktail waitress.
Oh, yeah.
That's what's funny, too.
What's funny is
the
that...
stripper! Cocktail waitress.
And then she did the same thing later when she shoots the dude, or the other guy. She does the same thing. Any questions? And I was like, if the rest of the movie is her just doing one-liners after pumping a shotgun...
Done.
No.
Yeah, I'd be done. I was waiting for it, but then she lost the shotgun, and I said, well...
As in, like, done watching the movie?
Yeah.
Because I thought it was stupid, too. I thought you were going to say, all right. I was going to say, fuck off, no. It only works with the right character, especially the right actor. Mm-hmm. Like, if you're watching, like, Expendables, you know how many times Sylvester Stallone will just be like, duh, 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 say one thing and then fucking pull out a gun? It's like half the movie.
Speaking of Stallone, man, the guy who plays Jeff in this movie, Ben's love interest's boyfriend, is Schwarzenegger's son.
That's why he looks all fucked up. I'm just kidding. He was a very attractive man, and I want to touch his muscles.
And he doesn't have his voice. Did you notice that? He sounded very dude man bro.
Dude man bro, yeah. I thought he was a good looking kid. He's supposed to be the attractive
He's
boy.
not someone I would have... No.
He's
ugly.
He's
well,
like...
that's too bad, because it's legal now, and I'm going for it.
He's like young Arnie without any muscle.
Exactly. Which arguably is the world's most Mr. Universe.
Yeah.
Who's that handsome devil?
I don't know. You tell me.
I thought that was kind of funny. I thought he was going to be one of the main characters because he was the highest billed actor on the movie.
Yeah, well, yeah.
He was douche character code number 167.
Well, he didn't even really do anything douchey, you know?
Except for he sent her
Well, he
brother.
sent the wrong
Wouldn't you?
punches to the brother.
I would. I'd be like...
Especially at that age, that I was used to that shit.
Yeah. It's like fucking trying to step on my game, punk-ass, bitch-ass, shit-ass. Nah, I would have brought him to it, actually. I would have just told him not to wear the scout uniform.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
What the fuck's wrong with these people?
I don't go to parties like that, so I wouldn't have done anything.
That's because parties like that don't exist. Like, there's high school parties, there's movies about high school parties.
I know.
This was the most insane fucking party I've ever seen. Oh, warehouse, they have a DJ, it's like a blacklight rave.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck are these? They're high school seniors. This is so...
I went to
My senior party was like that. My senior party was an all night at Wahoo's.
That was
I didn't
everyone's...
even go.
That was everyone's senior party. But that's because it was organized by the school, Jess.
It's dumb.
This is obviously some kind of weird, like, my dad's rich, so this year we're going to do this.
The only time I had I went to a thing that crazy, somewhat like that, was this concert I went to on April 20th.
Yeah.
420.
Oh.
Over at the Revolution.
Yeah.
And that shit was crazy. I didn't even realize the party was over until I was like 30 minutes down the road.
Well.
Because I was so drunk.
Well, they have raves and stuff. Oh. They have...
There's the one that Rachel went to like last month.
Yeah, there's ones that you don't have to be 21 to get into, I don't even think you have to be 18. Remember that Remember that one place that came
They
out?
ID you. You have to.
Well, whatever. But remember that one place that was kind of popular when we were in high school for just a little bit?
That one really weird club for like under 18.
Yeah.
No.
No one went
you don't,
to that.
You don't remember that?
Nope.
Middle school kids and middle
What was it
school
called?
girls. Oh, I don't remember.
Oh. Like really trashy girls always went to it?
Yeah, it was the middle school girls trying to hook up with high school boys, and it was high school boys who couldn't get high school girls, so they went.
Basically.
Fuck, how come nobody ever told me about this place?
Well, not really, though. Cause,
No, that's exactly
No, like
what
super
it was.
slutty, like I Want to Party girls went to it.
Where was this?
All I knew was middle school girls who went.
Bogies. Was it Bogies?
Yeah, it was that.
Bogies.
I've heard of Pogies.
Yeah. No,
It's
like,
still
like
around.
people like Brittany and Owen went to it.
I don't know who that is.
Exactly. Don't worry about it. That's what I'm talking about. See, it's people in my grade that were like just wanted.
Oh, well,
they
I
just,
don't know anyone from your grade.
I know, but what I'm saying
Except
is,
for, like-
what I'm saying it wasn't like middle schoolers. Like I never heard of a middle schooler want to go to that. It was always
Really?
like
all my
yeah,
middle school friends went.
it was always like high schoolers that wanted to be like in the college scene.
That's
all my
crazy.
middle school friends went, and they always were hooking up with high school guys. Because it
God.
was always high school guys.
Parties
who
and
didn't get
movies.
High school
What a
girls.
bunch of sluts. When I was in middle school, I still played with Legos. Come on.
I still play with Legos. Fuck you.
I
I
know.
was making out with boys in middle school.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. I'm sorry, but
I
it's
knew
fucked
people who
up.
were pregnant in 8th grade.
Yeah. It's
Holy
fucked
shit.
up.
I'm not kidding you.
That's fucked
Well.
up. Okay, like people say.
And a
I
moment
was
of
a-
silence for those
people
people.
say,
No,
like,
I was
well,
trying to
kids are
think of
getting
who
older.
I knew that would have been.
I don't. Yeah. Well, I don't get why people are like, "Oh, 14 years old is pretty old now," and it's like, no, it's not. I remember being 14. I didn't think about anything like that.
It's because everybody's got them growth hormones in them.
I swear to God.
They're developing sooner.
It's the fucking milk in there.
With the whole zombie thing, you can only do so many different zombie things before they start running old hat.
Which is why I thought it would be a nice twist if they like pulled stuff from their books. Maybe like one guy's like, "What do we do?" And it's like, "Oh, I know. I'll use my rope tying badge. We got to use this." They did that a few times,
Yeah.
but not as much as I wanted.
You know what I thought was really kind of weird?
Well, Augie finally got his fire badge.
Yeah,
Because he set the bomb
he
on.
didn't know how to start a
Yeah.
fire. They've been in Scouts since they were 6.
And
He didn't know how to start a fire, but if you
badge.
looked, he had a badge for a handgun.
Yeah.
How did they go, you know what? You know what's more of a priority?
America, Derek. It's America.
Yeah.
Not to mention, you probably only need to shoot like a gun a few times.
It's ridiculous. I thought those zombie cats were, again, really kind of interesting.
Dude, that's scary, man. Like, one bites you, you're fucked. That's crazy. It was also kind of spooky in the corner of the room. They had, like, a wall of zombie cats. The eyes lit up.
Kind of
That's-
like the Krampus trailer.
Yeah.
The part that I said I thought was really kind of
Exactly.
spooks.
Yes, we got it. But, this movie was, I don't know, it's just like a standard zombie movie. It's funny in the ways you think it would be because they're, like, scouts, you know?
They're dorky.
It's about friendship. You kind of tear up at the part where they go scouts forever and they're all going to kill themselves. It's kind of sad.
Oh, that part was kind of dark.
That
actually
was
felt-
really dark. I was like, they're not gonna kill us.
I actually felt some emotion there.
Yeah,
I was like, oh,
pulls out the
geez.
bomb, and he's just like,
We're
we
either
can
gonna
just-
die quick like this or be eaten by zombies.
yeah.
I
And
was
they're both
really-
like,
I was really hoping that they would be like, I don't know, maybe.
Why'd you build a bomb? Why are you so quick to kill yourself, Augie?
Well,
do we need to talk about this?
I was hoping they would
Oh,
find
jeez.
another way, like maybe go, wait, there's that up there, and we'll do some kind of crazy
do something
contraption.
and like break through the windows up in the top.
Something. Not just like the bomb and escape, like, because they
Yeah.
didn't see us shoot. And then like the freaking, you know, like, magical fucking item coming in, just walking up like, shit.
Nice.
Oh,
Fuck
snap.
up.
You already changed your thing over to Christmas?
Yes. He did like the day after Halloween.
You son of a bitch.
Anyway.
No wonder you were so quick to go, Derek, it's November. You might as well hop on the Christmas train.
Yeah, fuck.
we
I
are.
don't like
Thanksgiving's
Thanksgiving.
disgusting.
Thanksgiving is a waste of time.
I hate Thanksgiving.
And if you, what's the point of Thanksgiving? So you can eat a big meal. Just
With
do it
your
on
family.
Do it on your
Why
own.
don't you do it all the time?
You could do it anytime you want. No one's stopping you from buying cranberry and shit. It's turkey. I had turkey yesterday.
I hate turkey.
I had it yesterday. I don't care. And I also had ham. And you know what? I'm gonna go home and eat stuffing. So fuck off. But no,
I hate Thanksgiving.
I didn't like the fucking X Factor where she comes back in and just like saves them, and it's like you were supposed to leave.
I totally knew they were going to go down that chute.
I totally knew she was gonna come back,
totally
but
called it.
I didn't think it was gonna be that dumb. That part was so stupid.
That chute was cool. I want to go down one that big.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking
They
awesome. That
have
was
one.
like 30 feet up.
Don't they have one at like Camel's Back or something?
Maybe.
They have one that's like fucking huge out here. Somewhere, it's in a park somewhere here. It's a huge ass slide.
I don't fucking know.
It's hot as fuck though, so you gotta bring a blanket or some shit. Your ass will be on fire.
Dude, you'd be sliding even faster.
Yeah. You fly out, I'd catch you.
It's a flying magic carpet.
Aw, how cute.
What?
Is it catching your son as he's coming down
He'll
the slide?
probably snap my spine in half, actually, if I try to catch him.
I
At
got
least you
son,
died for a good reason.
Oh, you know what else I just realized? That one scene where they're locked in the jail cell and they make a rope out of condoms. He has like 10 condoms.
That was a lot of condoms.
Did you even think about that? There's a lot of condoms. And they're all like the
A typical
magnums,
box
too.
only has like 3 though.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know what the
That
fuck
was
he
weird.
he has, if he had 10 condoms, he had about 11 too many if he thought he was going to get laid.
had. That's like what fucking Jacob Hansen did. He like looked at I told you, I always tell you guys this. Where he like looked at Trevor Shuck's condoms and go, oh, these are going to expire. And he's like, what are you talking about? I have like 2 years on these. And he's like, yeah, they're going to expire. So savage.
Sick burn.
Oh, man. Anyway, yeah. So,
High points of this movie?
yeah, high points of this movie
It was
are
just a
like...
good movie. I liked it.
I like anything relating to when they had to actually use their like scout knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
which wasn't very frequent, but it was kind of cool. I just also like seeing how they got like how they would get out of situations.
There is another movie called Scouts vs. Zombies. I
Yeah.
want to assume that'll probably do that. This was more one of those, like, they just threw a theme out there and went, sure.
I
It
thought
would-
this was pretty realistic for 3 teenage boys who are like supposedly like sophomores in high school trying to defeat people.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's one part where like a zombie gets caught on a fence and her like shirt rips off and her like boobs are hanging out, and she has like huge boobs and the guy's just staring at her, and they're all zombified though, but he's just staring, and then it's like, come on, we gotta go, and he runs back and squeezes him a little bit. Before
So would it? Yeah.
it's so
That was
bad.
fucking funny shit. I feel like this is one of those movies that within a year or two is going to feel kind of dated, though.
Probably.
Yeah. That already
Thought
feels
it was
dated,
good.
even though they were using modern things like selfies. And
They were doing selfies,
That was so funny.
I don't know why.
the rap songs, or hip-hop songs. Sorry.
Yeah, they were all singing. There was all like Soulja Boy stuff. It honestly felt like this movie came out a few years ago.
It came,
like 2010.
they made it a couple of years ago.
Didn't
but
it feel
then
like this movie came out like 4 or 5 years ago?
maybe. It could have.
Oh, I know.
Except for like the Iggy song, I guess.
Yeah.
That came out last summer.
See,
You
I
know-
don't know anything.
But let me tell you
about
my...
pop music.
I don't know. But let me tell you my favorite scene and least favorite scene. My favorite scene, definitely the one where he... it was very specific. It was the weapon that fucking... What was the name again?
Douche.
No, not douche.
Augie.
No.
Ben?
Ben.
I even said it. I can't remember. But Ben put like knives on the end of a weed whacker. That's fucking genius. Because like a chainsaw.
That made me think of Dead Alive.
Yeah.
Using the weed whacker.
But if you had a chainsaw, it's gonna get probably all chunked up and like broken with all the
gross.
giblets and stuff. It'll probably stop working. But with a weed whacker, it's all external. It's just one spinning part.
Mm-hmm.
That's really smart.
You just got to take out the guard, then you're all ready to
That's
go.
what he did, you know. And I don't know. Least favorite part's probably when the cocktail waitress comes back and it's like, what? And she climbed up the slide. Like, she knew they were there. What the hell is happening?
She spent who knows how long trying to climb up a slide.
It didn't make any sense. Just like, I know they're up there. You know? Last second,
I'll
too.
get there in just a second.
God. What about you, Jess?
My least and favorite scene?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to really think about it.
It's okay.
I'll tell you mine.
Sure.
Zombies on a trampoline.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
hilarious.
Oh, God.
Oh, my favorite part was when the penis ripped in half.
Oh,
I thought
yeah.
that was hilarious.
He grabbed like an old guy's. He's like falling out the window and he grabs
onto
penis.
it.
And he lets out that very girly scream.
He's like,
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna let go, and I was like, "Ooh, that's gonna suck."
Well, I don't know if it's because he was a zombie or not, but that dick stretched for like ever. It was
That's
fucking like
3.5 feet.
It's like 4 feet long of like dick, just like him stretching it out. It's
Man,
like
that old
tearing.
man would
That
tear
was
it up
so
at the nursing
gross.
home.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
man.
yeah, probably. And then maybe he just had like
He stored them beaches.
yeah, storing those peaches. Yeah, I don't know. And then at the end, he like falls off. He's like, I got it. Like he means to raise the like diarrhea up, but then he raises up the dick.
Yeah, I get. Oh, jeez.
And then he throws it and it lands in another zombie's mouth.
Oh, so fucked up.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, that was pretty dang good. The whole bit of zombies on the trampoline, just boing.
What was your least favorite scene? The dick getting ripped off. Every guy in the theater. Oh.
No, that was pretty dang funny.
Oh my.
That high pointed the trampoline bit. I think it'd have to be where I can't even think of one actually.
Really?
That's weird. I
It's
didn't.
just kind of some stuff was mediocre, you know.
Yeah, all the stuff I didn't like. It was just like a lot of little stuff. So I can't really think of a low point
Yeah.
that stuck out.
It's just kind of like how it's mostly characters. Are
It's
just
the
like,
clichéness of the whole
yeah,
film.
where it's like nobody's like that. Yeah, just stuff like that.
Yeah, I wasn't like that when I was 16.
I know, but some people are.
You know.
Apparently.
Sorry.
Okay. Well,
Sorry, I was a sloot.
You
you
think
were
of
not
them?
asleep.
Huh?
You think of? Well, you got
Oh, my
your
favorite
zombie
one.
dick.
I don't know.
A low point.
Least favorite one.
Derek doesn't have one. I don't think I
can't
really
like
had
think
one.
of something that I guess specifically was like, well, this is dumb.
Yeah. Well, in that case, how about we rate
Spooks?
the movie? Yeah, Derek, why don't you go first? Out of 10 spooks, what do you give this movie?
I'd give it a 5.
Wow.
Yeah. I could do with or without the movie. Like, if I want to watch if I want to watch any zombie horror comedy film again,
Zombieland.
I'd watch Shaun of the Dead.
Oh. Well, that's a classic. That doesn't really feel like a zombie movie, though, anymore to me.
That's 11 years old now.
Wow. That's crazy.
Think about that one.
Well, there's a lot of good...
Does it even feel that old?
No. There's a lot of good zombie comedies out there, honestly.
Stalled was pretty good.
Yeah, that
Came out 2 years ago.
I was thinking about that movie because there's a part where he gets locked in the bathroom for a little bit, and it's like...
A little bit. You mean the whole movie?
Well, no, not installed, but in this movie, in Scout's Guide, and he has to like hide from the bouncer zombie, and it's like, now I just want to watch Stalled, see what that's all about.
Yeah.
Well, what about you, Jesse? What do you give this movie out of 10 spooks?
A 6.
You give it a 6?
It's probably the best zombie movie I've seen. I'd watch it again.
Best zombie movie I've ever seen. 6 out of 10. It's fucking.
That's how much I feel about zombie movies.
See, I was asking you earlier if there was. I was asking you earlier if there's a genre that you don't like, and you said no.
I didn't think about it, and then
Wait.
you said zombies, and I was like, oh yeah, I hate them.
You never even said that. I said
Because I don't even think about
what?
them.
No, we were in the car, and I said, "What about zombie movies?" I thought you don't like zombie movies, and she didn't say anything.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I did. I said, oh yeah, I don't like those.
Oh.
No, I don't. You didn't, because I even brought up Wormwood, and I started talking about it for 4 minutes, and you
Yeah,
didn't
and then
really
I was
say
like,
anything.
oh yeah, that's gross.
And you just said not really. Otherwise, I wouldn't have talked about it for so long.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
Your spooks?
I mean, she gave it a higher rating than you did.
Yeah.
I give it a 6 out of 10.
Alright.
Maybe even a 6.5, just because of a little bit of variety. I almost, I teared up a little bit, you know.
Oh.
Well, it's sad when they go Scouts Forever, you know? It's fucking sad.
Well, I felt it, but...
No, I knew something was going to happen.
Fucking
I was
heartless
like,
monsters.
this is dumb.
Of course something's gonna happen, but it's the moment where they reconnect, you know?
You
It's
know
the
what, Cody?
return from the journey.
Oh,
I didn't cry then, I'm not gonna cry now. Bottle.
Oh, jeez. I gotta go get my car.
Alright.
Alright, well, we're gonna wrap this up on Scout's Guide. which I kept trying to look up and type zombie first for no reason. Like Zombie Apocalypse, Scout's Guide, whatever.
Scout's Guide to Zombie Apocalypse. Isn't that a book? I mean, I thought it was a book.
I don't know. A movie that I'd rather see if it was something called remotely like this would be Ned's Declassified School
Ned's
Survival
Declassified
Guide
Zombie Survival Guide
to the Zombie Apocalypse.
Holy fuck, that'd be so fucking funny.
How cool would that be? But it's them all grown up, so they're in college trying to deal with this shit.
I'd watch the shit out of that movie.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god.
That's what I thought of as soon as we sat down. I was just like, Ned's Declassified.
Yeah.
You know what? After we stop recording this, we might like tack on like a 30-minute thing of the gift if we feel like it. I don't know.
So this could potentially be a two-parter.
Yeah, that would open us up another week.
Well, for now, next time we're probably going to review the gift.
Yeah,
we'll see. Who knows? It might be in the same episode. Just stay tuned. Just keep listening, people. Okay?
whether you like it or not.
Bye, everybody. You should bring us back.
Welcome back from the fade out, the fallout.
That's kind of weird to think about. So, I don't know. I mean, like, it's been like 3 seconds for these people listening, but for
it's
us,
been days.
It's been like 4 days to like a few days.
I've grown more beard.
Yeah. I don't know. But we have decided we are going to talk about the gift.
Yay.
And,
which we saw weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, what better time to do it than, spend 30 minutes just dedicated to nothing but that. But, man, that is a weird concept, time, Like, it might even sound different because we were using my laptop the other time,
Yeah. Who knows?
But anyway, so I guess let's just get into that movie because that movie was really cool.
Yeah, that movie, The Gift, of course, came out this year. So it's another one of the lists that could show up at the end of the year. You just don't know.
I think it was one of those movies where when you'd watch a trailer, you'd kind of go, oh, okay, like that's creepy, but,
I think what put us off from talking about this one for so long was the fact that we couldn't decide if it was a for real horror thriller or if it was just a thriller.
Yeah, because like if you look at the trailer, man, I mean, it looked like a slasher. It just looked like a guy who was just maybe like stalking them, and maybe he'd put like the gifts that he would give them would be like dead bodies or some shit, and he just kind of terrorizes people. But it's not really about that. It's kind of like this weird like revenge kind of psychological thriller thing. I mean, it's only until like the very end where the gifts get very stalkerish and creepy and just straightforward, like, implying that he wants to hurt him emotionally. Maybe not physically. But.
Emotionally is the best way to get hurt.
Yeah. And, I mean, that's why I think that, there's some twists and turns at this, but there's, so many questions. So many good questions. It's one of those movies that kind of, like, doesn't tell you exactly what happened at the end, but you can kind of tell, what did happen.
Unless you, like, if you pay really close attention, then you can decide what it is. But if you don't, then you're kind of sitting there going, eh.
Yeah, so this is basically, I don't know, the trailers, I don't remember telling me too much about it, but this is basically just a movie about a fairly successful couple. The wife
an architect.
The wife is an architect.
And Jason Bateman is something, I forget what he does.
I don't know what he does.
Something with money.
He's a professional douche.
He's a professional, whatever he is in the movie. Because, in every movie, somebody's an architect and somebody else writes books.
Yeah, somebody's actually successful.
Yeah.
No, but, he just got a new office for this job. He's, I think, becoming a partner or something. No.
Some up in the world kind of person in this company. He and his wife, Robin, moved from, I think it was Chicago. Somewhere. I don't know. They moved from somewhere to some here, and they're picking up here to maybe start a family, which you find out later on they did try to have a kid,
but she had a miscarriage.
Yeah, so kind of sad. Yeah. It hangs over the whole proceedings like the entire time.
Yeah, but it's really creepy thinking about the whole time how this all started, like the creepy stuff, because they were just in a store. Just shopping, and they randomly meet this guy named Gordo, who he remembers who Jason Bateman's character is, but Jason doesn't remember who the hell Gordo is, really.
Yeah, he's like, Gordon who? And he's like, you used to call me Gordo.
Oh!
Oh.
Gordo, the weirdo.
I just looked it up. Jason's character is Simon.
That's right.
I knew it was something weird. Yeah.
Simon Says.
They make a weird joke about that for like 10 minutes.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It just kind of, at first it does seem like there's just this really creepy guy named Gordo.
Yeah, and it doesn't, he doesn't seem like your average creepy that you're used to in freaky movies. Like, don't go here, it's haunted, and kind of creepy. It's more like a dude just has an offsetting kind of
almost like he's autistic, but when he does start talking, he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
But he doesn't really talk that much.
Yeah, he just kind of sits there and stares with his half-open eyes.
Yeah, so kind of just imagine a regular person, but they stare like a second too long. Their mouth is kind of always almost a little bit open.
Fucking mouth breathers.
And they talk half as much as they normally would. It's pretty much Gordo.
Yeah, that's really creepy shit. Because you don't think about it. Like, you think about it now, and it's kind of like, oh, that doesn't seem too weird. But when you actually see it, it's like...
Yeah, like, this guy's creepy. And he does, like, this weird, like, half-wave thing. So...
I started doing that to you and Jesse for, like, a week after that.
I didn't even notice.
Or I tried.
Yeah. That's fine. It's just so creepy. You gotta, like, get really close and... Not like the puppy dog guys. But they basically just invite him over for dinner. I think is the first thing that happens.
To catch up and everything. Because Robin's very nice like that.
Yeah. And, I don't know. Jason really doesn't... Simon doesn't really say much about Gordo. Like, it's only until, like, they start questioning about, like, what their relationship is that he tells his wife, Robin, that they went to high school together, you know? Mm-hmm. And they talk about it at the dinner table, too. And
Gordo says that Simon used to be very popular while he was very much on the outside, like a nerdlinger.
Yeah. And that he has this weird thing where he mentions how he ran for president, class president, and his campaign was Simon Says.
Simon says more recess.
Yeah, Simon says. Whatever Simon said, Simon got. Some creepy shit.
Yeah, and look how well it turned out for him.
Yeah.
And he's just like, yeah, well, you should probably get going. You know, shit like that.
And then Gordo will just, like, show up at the house without, like, telling him anything. He just kind of shows up.
Mostly when Simon's not there.
Yeah, and he wants to, like, he just gets inside, you know, because Robin just always lets him in. And he, like, fixes her TV at one point. Mm-hmm. Just, like, kind of like...
Gets them fish.
Yeah, that's the creepiest thing. They came to the house... Well, that was the first creepy thing. They came to the house... And this is after the very first gift, which was a bottle of wine that he left on their doorstep. And it's like, how did he know where we live, you know?
Yeah.
But then another time they come up to the porch and there's a koi pond underneath the walkway. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, the time to dig out a hole, put these fish in there.
No, I think the pond was already there. It just didn't have anything in it.
Oh, yeah. Well, the koi fish are they're very expensive.
Yeah.
Man, they're not cheap. But you know what? I know a few places where I could steal some. I mean, super easy. I'm not even kidding.
Kind of like in Trailer Park Boys, where Corey and Jacob try stealing those goldfish.
Oh, yeah. I went there at the restaurant.
Just go to an Asian place.
And they try to get egg rolls and they get the shit kicked out of them.
Yeah.
That's so funny. No, not like that, but I mean, like, orangey.
Yeah.
Had too many shooters, bud. Oh, God. It's so fucked up.
He just showers them with gifts. And... At one point, he invites them over to dinner, but it's at a house that's not even his.
But they don't know that. So,
until after the fact, which is really freaky.
Yeah, and that's when, like, Robin really starts feeling bad, because Simon does not like Gordo at all. And she's like, why don't you like Gordo? And he's like, because he's fucking weird. And she's like, well, he's being very nice. He technically hasn't done anything really bad.
No, it's all been gifts.
Yeah, I mean, like, even if he does...
credits.
Yes, well, even if he does, like, impose, he doesn't stay for too long.
Yeah, he kind of senses when he needs to leave.
Yeah, which is okay.
It's not like he needs to be told to leave.
Yeah, so this is where Simon kind of goes like, oh, you know, you can kind of see for a little bit he's like, oh shit, Gordo's doing very well for himself, you know, I should feel a little shittier about my feelings for him. But, you know, it didn't change anyway. Because his plan when they got there to his house was to end it.
Yeah, and their little friendship before it even starts.
Exactly.
Really.
Exactly.
From acquaintanceship to friendship, anyway. And Gordo does not take that very well.
No, he's just creepily staring out the window, just like... Almost like, you know, you had your chance, but now you fucked up.
that scene where they're trying to leave, but there's a gate to the house.
Yeah.
And he won't open it.
And then he goes back and says, open it up, and he's like, all right.
He's like, let me the fuck out. And all of a sudden he's just like, beep.
Yeah, that's where I thought something bad was going to happen. Like, he was going to, like, kill them in that house property.
Yeah.
But it's so weird, because when you're watching this whole movie, you think that it's just about a guy who just really wants a friend, and he's, like, super bummed out that, you know, like, he'll go crazy if you don't be his friend.
Mm-hmm.
But really, there's, like, much more behind it. Like, a lot more.
I think I'll actually, like, I'm against them, but I'll say it just because this is a movie that really needs to, like, you talk enough about it, people will get it before it goes in. So spoiler alerts from here on.
Yeah.
Turns out Simon did a shitty thing to Gordo back in high school.
Well, he would always bully him anyway, but
he did an extra harsh thing where he said, like, he got molested by this other kid, or they were doing some gay shit together.
Yeah.
And it ended up like
he made the whole thing up.
Yeah.
And then he tried to make it sound like he was a hero, like he saved him from the molester.
Mm-hmm.
But really, they just probably beat the shit out of him. And
yeah, Gordo got, like, sent away from school. His dad tried killing him.
Yeah, he tried to light him on fire.
Yeah. Which is hardcore.
Yeah.
You think you're a flamer now?
That's crazy, man.
So Gordo is systematically, like, very passively trying to take revenge on Simon.
Yeah.
And there's a part where Gordo does, like, say, you could apologize to me. And Simon's like, why the fuck should I apologize to you?
Yeah.
I didn't do anything.
And then he starts being, like, a bully again, which is really weird. He, like, throws his papers around, like, kicks him when he's down.
Oh, man, that scene was tense.
Yeah, it was like, what?
I was expecting Gordo to, like, pull out a knife or some shit. Because you find out he was in the military for a little bit.
Yeah, which is why he has a few of those skills, I suppose.
Yeah,
you know,
like, very espionage kind of shit. But I expected him to, like, pull out some Navy SEAL, like, kind of shit on him.
Well, he did get hurt before that, didn't he? Oh, no, he got hurt during that fight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he pushed him on the ground really hard. I don't know.
And he punched him in the face, I think.
Yeah, but that's immediately, that's where the whole movie goes from, like, you thinking Gordo's super creepy to, like, oh, man, I hope Gordo gets Simon real good.
Yeah. And, so, after that, like, or even a little bit before that, I think their dog gets taken by Gordo, it turns out. But it's never, like, confirmed on screen. You just instinctively kind of go, oh, shit. You know,
but
that kind of thing.
Then he brings the dog back, so he's just messing with him at this point. You know?
Yeah. And I can't remember exactly what may happen after that. But after a while, it turns out Robin's pregnant.
Yeah, that's basically after, like, the whole, like, argument with Gordo, and he just doesn't apologize, but he tells his wife he does.
Yeah.
And then he just tells his wife, just forget it, let's move on, he's out of our lives, right?
And they don't see him for months.
And she does have this baby. It's been, like, a whole year almost.
Yeah, and, like, every once in a while, Gordo will be seen, like, on the periph.
Yeah, like,
you know?
It's only until, like, late in her pregnancy that she ever sees him again at all. And he's, like, outside of a window, like a store window, and she goes outside and he's gone. Mm-hmm. It's kind of creepy.
Yeah, right when her water breaks and she needs to go to the hospital or whatever, one of these employees at Simon's workplace comes out and goes, you motherfucker, you dug up secrets about me, and
basically lied to
you lied to these people, fuck you. So it ends up costing Simon the job.
Yeah, so, like, that's funny. That's where, like, Simon being a liar and, like, a bully and a manipulator kind of all comes back to him, like, all right after these months.
His comeuppance was surely sweet.
Yeah. And his wife's like, what the hell is he talking about? You got that job fair and square. And Simon's like, that.
He's like, no. So she's laying up in the hospital. She has a boy. I think Simon sees Gordo at one point. Or no, he gets a call from him and says, like, check out this stuff at your house. And there's this gift of a VHS tape
Yeah, well, it's a huge box with a bunch of little gifts in it. And
Yeah.
inside the box is like a baby carriage thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a bunch of like little boxes in there. Yeah, there's the VHS tape though. Or
Which
no,
is really-
it was the CD.
Was it a CD?
Well, no. There were two CDs. One said Watch Me and one said Play Me.
Yeah. So, one of them with the Ride of the Valkyries in it, because earlier in the film he's like, I'll set you up with this surround system that,
Yeah.
like, when you hear that scene from Apocalypse Now, you'll fucking hear it.
Yeah, with the helicopters just going around in a circle. He does a really good like helicopter like impression.
Yeah, it is awesome. There's a video on the CD where it shows that Robin had passed out earlier in the movie.
Yeah.
From what you thought maybe would be exhaustion, but it turns out...
Well, she also was a pill popper.
Yeah.
There's a lot of weird layers to this movie.
Yeah, and she passes out, and then you look up, and this cameraman that's working the camera on the video looks up, and he's wearing this monkey mask, which Simon hates monkeys as another weird thing in there. But it's never revealed that is Gordo, but it is.
It is. He takes his mask off, and it's Gordo.
Oh, does he?
Mm-hmm.
I forget. See,
That one's
it's been weeks.
Yeah.
But then it stops right before he gets on top of Robin.
Yeah.
So it's implied that he maybe raped her. So
Yeah.
then Simon freaks the fuck out, and he's like, what the fuck does this mean?
And right before he watches that video, though, the CD that says "Play Me" has an audio track of him like in his house. Apparently, he bugged that house that he broke into to pretend it was his.
Yeah.
And it just had audio of Simon making fun of
Gordo.
yeah, for yet
Calling him
another
a
time.
weirdo.
He's like, I'm Gordo the weirdo. And he walks around, he's like, touch my weirdo penis.
Yeah.
And Robin's like, no, stop.
It's all fucked. He gets to the hospital, and Robin's like, I don't want anything to do with you.
Yeah, she's like, I want a divorce. I know it's a weird time, but I want a divorce.
Simon just starts freaking out even harder, and he gets a phone call from Gordo again, and he's like, the eyes tell a lot about a person.
Yeah. And he's like, it's all in the eyes, Simon. And he's like, oh God, the baby might not be mine, the baby might be mine. Oh my God. So he's just staring at Robin through her window, and she's holding the newborn baby. And it, like, I don't know, it just doesn't really show too much.
No, and even right before Simon got there, Gordo was like, he showed up with like an arm sling and shit, and Robin's like, oh, did Simon do that to you? And he's like, yeah, but, people get what they deserve.
Yeah.
And he walks off, and then he takes off the sling, so he was just bullshitting the whole time.
But man, how wonderful is that?
Oh, it's so
So
sweet.
I don't know, just Robin just thinks Simon's a huge asshole, like, completely in every aspect, and then Gordo just, kind of wins. Gets, like, total, like, super revenge, like, Jesus Christ. He's basically just like, is that my child or not?
Because, like, as we discussed later, it was like, it's almost worse if it is his kid, because then he could go to Robin and be like, Gordo raped you, and Robin will be like, you're crazy, and he's like, no, get a paternity test, I swear, that's what happened. And then it could come back, and Simon is the dad, and Robin's just like, you're an asshole. Like,
No, yeah,
like
she's...
you even have to stoop to that kind of level.
That's why I think that it is his baby.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah, it could come out either way, like however you interpret it, really, but that's the way we like it. So yeah, high points, low points.
My favorite part was probably the whole phone call like fiasco when he's at the hospital, like the final scene.
Mm-hmm.
Just like him chasing him around, like just making him do loop stuff. Like he gets in the elevator at one point because they run into each other, and he's like, "See you later," and it's like, "You motherfucker!" It's so great. It's so great. But Gordo's really smart, man. Because like he took the elevator, right? But he went up. Why? And then Simon's like, he's trying to get out of here, and Simon's running down the stairs. He's outside the parking lot. Where is he? And Gordo's on like the 5th floor now, and he's just like looking down at him like, you better go home, Simon.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh man. And then he makes like the helicopter noise through the phone. He's like, it's so stupid. Low point in the movie,
if you can even think of one.
probably the jump scare with the dog when the dog comes back.
Oh yeah, that's how you can tell this was produced by Blumhouse, because like the jump scares the like 2 that are in there are just kind of like unnecessary.
Or maybe the one where like she's in the shower and like
that was gonna be my low point.
Yeah. Well, mine will still be the dog then. But then talk about yours.
The high point for me was both of them were very confrontational between them two. You name the hospital. I would say the one where Simon was supposed to go apologize, but he didn't.
Oh, that is a great scene. But it's terrible. He's just such an asshole. You want to kill him.
Yeah. Because it flips the script, like, in that bit. Like, where before you could have been like, well, he's kind of right and being kind of a jerk. In that scene, you're like, oh boy, this supposed good guy is not so good after all.
Yeah.
He's a complete tool.
He's in every way, man. He's lying about his wife. He doesn't even apologize. Like, he just should.
Yeah.
Like, why is this so hard? God, what a dick. What a dick. Oh, well.
Now it's too late to apologize.
Fuck. Yeah, because he broke his arm and shit. Anyway, what's your low point?
It's the shower jump scare.
Yeah. Because he's not even outside of the shower. Who has that dream anyway?
It was Robin.
Robin?
It was a dream. So yeah, that was one of those like stupid ass things.
Trailer fodder, as I like to call it.
Yeah.
Good shit for the trailer.
Spooks?
Gosh. I don't know.
That's a tough one, isn't it?
I want to say 9.5.
Ooh. Damn.
A 9 just seems too low, but a 10 seems too perfect. 9.5, man. I mean, like...
It's too close to Halloween to have you give it a perfect 10 again. And that'd be, like, my third one if I gave it a perfect 10.
Yeah, I mean, but I mean, the thing is, this movie's a bit too long. That's probably what does it for me. Mm-hmm. There's just some bits that are a little too long. And that's all necessary. It puts you in the mood for what this movie wants to be, but it is like a 3-hour movie, man. You better, like, go to the bathroom.
You better buckle up, bucko.
Yeah, but I'd show this movie to anybody. Like, I don't even... Anybody, man. Anybody.
And it's on DVD as we speak.
Yeah.
So...
But it's, I don't know. I also don't give it the full 10, because there's some elements where it's like, come on, really?
Yeah.
like, that's not... No, that's not really happening.
Shit.
What about you?
9.
9?
Yeah. It's so dang good. And when we got out of there, I went and talked to Matt and Andrew, and they had said they didn't like it, and I was like, you know what? You guys are fucking wrong.
I don't know why they didn't like it.
I didn't get it. Because, like, everything worked, you know? Like, one of Matt's things was the cinematography, and I said that was, like, the bit that, like, sold it for me.
I loved how they filmed that. It was really nice. It had this wonderful, like, surreal kind of look to it. Mm. I love movies that just make me think I'm watching a good movie. I don't know about movies that try to convince me it's not a movie sometimes. Mm-hmm. This had a very good, like, feel to it. Like, I didn't feel for a second that I was watching something like this. I just kind of was I was just immersed in this.
Yeah, complete kudos to Joel Edgerton.
Yeah.
He directed this movie, he wrote this movie, he produced this movie, and he stars as Gordo in the movie.
Yeah, on top of all that. So whenever you see Gordo, just thank Gordo for the movie, or else he's going to come and fuck your wife.
Yeah, or not.
It's all in the eyes, Simon.
Oh, jeez.
Simon says, right? Oh, that's fucked. That's straight up fucked.
Yes, it is. Well, I think that does it for the gift.
Mm-hmm.
We finally got around to it.
I feel like we really didn't talk too much about Scout's Guide, but there really wasn't too many like crazy awesome scenes.
No.
It's just kind of like your standard like...
It was a perfectly serviceable kind of teen flick.
Yeah. And even that big like climax where they're like fighting in the party is really shitty because the lights are all fucky and you can't see what's going on.
I think both of these movies together, like one of them I would recommend to the siblings in this house of mine.
Yeah.
The Gift I would recommend to my parents.
Would you really like recommend Scout's Guide to your siblings though? There's a lot of tits in that movie.
It's something they'd actually watch. It's a demographic kind of targeted.
Even with all the boobs.
Well, kids Tanner and Ethan, I'd say.
That's true. Kids these days are all about like sexuality now, so
yeah,
like that seems to be the hip happening cool thing. But you know, I'm practicing celibacy, so I have no idea. No, I'm just fucking with you. I'm just messing with you. Oh boy, that's messed up.
Even when you're talking celibacy, you're fucking with somebody.
Oh snap! All right, I think that wraps it up. What are we gonna do next week? We're gonna do a new movie, aren't we?
It's Netflix and Kill next week.
Oh, sweet. We're going to go back to the Netflix and Kill specials.
And we may say this next week, but say it for now. The last few times we did Netflix and Kill, I just randomized what ones we were going to watch.
Yes, but we're
This
running out
time,
of time.
Since it's the last Netflix and Kill we're probably going to do for the year, we're just going to each pick one from Netflix that came out this year, and we'll watch both of them together.
Yeah.
Until next week, we got a new video online anyway, an actual non-podcast video.
Yeah, we made a short film for the H48 downtown.
Yeah, the Idaho Horror 48-hour competition.
I'm sure a lot
back
of people...
in October, and I finally got around to uploading it.
Yeah, I mean, it's already on the Facebook page if you haven't seen it yet. It's been there for a week or so.
That's like our first plug ever we've done.
Yeah, I don't know, but for ourselves too.
Yeah.
But if anyone doesn't know about it, it's a movie challenge that has to be filmed and produced all in 48 hours.
Yeah. And you have to use a certain line, certain prop, certain genre.
Yeah. So when you watch that movie, just think, or a short film, I should say, just think that it wasn't done with any real planning. You know, it had to be done very quickly.
Yeah, it was a very rushed production, but I'm glad we got what we got out of it.
It's impressive what you can do in 48 hours, basically.
Yeah. They always emphasize that at those competitions.
Yeah.
Like, what you can pull off is sometimes remarkable. But yeah, it's great to have made another video for the channel.
Yeah.
Just to break up the monotony of this.
And
I do love this, but...
hopefully soon we'll start making sketches and things like that. I really want... If we put it on the calendar, I feel like we'd actually do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But anyway, join us next week where we're going to continue with our Netflix and Kill specials where we review 2 movies from Netflix at a time. Until then, we will see you next week.
Whether you like it or not.